Hi there, so the back is done. It's fully, well, almost fully. It still has this little tail to be woven in. But it's done. Yay. So, today we are starting on the front side and we're back with the 6mm needles. And we're gonna start with the cast on and then hopefully make some progress on the ribbing. Yeah. So let's start. And I'll just bring you in a little closer so that you can hear everything. That's pretty long tail. That's better. Okay. So once again, we're casting on 56 stitches. So we have one purl and one knit. So it's a purl. So the topic of today is forest bathing, because I am going to go hiking, and I have an old book that I read. It's about I don't remember what it's about, but it was different ways of just being at ease with the help of nature. One of the things that they mentioned in the book was Shinrin Yoku. And yeah, that is forest bathing. And that doesn't mean that you go for a dip in a lake in the forest. It means that you go into the forest and you kind of envelop yourself in it. So you engage all of your senses. You engage your smell, your sense of smell, because you're smelling the forest. Smelling leaves or pine needles and bushes and the earth around you, dirt. And then you have your sense of sight. So you're looking out, you're being present, you're looking at the trees and you're looking at the shrubbery, the little plants at the bottom, animals maybe if you're so lucky, and then what else do we have? We have smell, sight, hearing. So you might be listening to the leaves rustle or the trees shake in the wind. You might be hearing some birds singing, or maybe, I don't know, some insects just flying along and you hear the little so that's that. Then you have touch, so maybe you're sitting on a mossy rock and you're feeling the sensation of the softness of the moss on the hardness of the rock, bark, or you're touching a tree and you're feeling the bark, or you're hugging a tree and feeling the bark again. Or you're touching plants, leaves. Don't touch animals. Let wild animals be wild. And then for the sensation of the sense of taste, I guess it's not really berry season right now, but I'm sure you could, I don't know, lick a rock. In Swedish we have a saying that's lite skit rensar magen. And that's basically that a little dirt will help to cleanse your stomach. I think it goes back until like the old days of like folk medicine, when or not necessarily folk medicine, but like old medicine, where they used a lot of laxatives, so it helped to flush out whatever disease you had. So I think, yeah, it goes back to that, and that's why lite skit rensar magen is a good thing. And that's usually said by parents. In my case, my mother would say it, like if we dropped food on the floor and we didn't want to eat it, she would be like, lite skit rensar magen. So yeah. So maybe licking a rock will rensa magen. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. But yeah, so I am planning on doing a hike, and then I thought I would combine that with just a moment of forest bathing. So just taking a little moment to sit down and just enjoy being in nature, de-stress. Yeah, I think that could be nice. When I was reading up about it, I watched a few videos on YouTube, and for many it seemed like the concept of forest bathing, they kind of mixed it up with hiking. So they would have titles like "We're going forest bathing," but they just went for a hike in a forest. They didn't do the actual forest bathing. So yeah, that will be fun to experience. And this will be my first hike. I don't remember if I did a hike last year. I did some like long running, but I don't think I did any hiking. So the last time, I actually have a video from 2 years ago. I think I did another hike after that one, but at least that's the one I have proof of having done. And that was when I climbed up on Tornberget, which is the highest natural point in like the Stockholm area, and it's actually quite close to where I'm going to go for this hike. Tornberget is located in Haninge. Now I'm going to Tyresta Nationalpark, so Tyresta National Park. So yeah, I was gonna go today, but yesterday I worked to 8:15. I got home, I ate some dinner, and by the time I went to sleep, it was after midnight. And yeah, so then I woke up pretty late today. And then I thought, like, because it's gonna take me an hour to get there with public transport. So I want to wake up early because I need to make the food, because I'm gonna make pasta salad, and because I can't eat normal pasta, I have to make it the same day, because otherwise they get really soggy, because they're not made with wheat, so they don't have the same properties. It tastes kind of the same when they're fresh, but they quickly just get mushy because they're just made with rice flour and corn flour, so they don't have very good texture, longevity textural wise. Maybe, I don't know. So I have to make it the same day, so I'll make it for breakfast, not for breakfast, but while I'm eating breakfast I'll make the pasta, and then I'll have it for lunch, so that, and it will only be a few hours, and I hope it won't be too mushy. So yeah, so it'll take a little time to prepare, and then I don't want to wake up too late, because then by the time I get there it might already be in the afternoon, and then I don't have time to spend many hours in nature, which is what I want to do. I looked up the path that I wanted to take, and it's like maybe 20 kilometers, so like almost half a marathon. So it'll take a little while. And I don't want to be out far too late, because it's gonna be cold, and I don't want to spend like far too much time outdoors, because it's gonna be heavy, because I need to bring water. So yeah. So hopefully this time when we're making the ribbing, I have learned how to do it correctly, and I won't have to twist all of the what are they called? The loops, maybe? Loop? But I think I'm doing it right. Time will tell. I forgot to bring with me any stitch markers, and I feel like I've sort of caged myself in here, because I have a chair here with the camera, and I have a stool here with the microphone. I have a small path that I can walk there, but it's kind of closed off over there, so I'll just have to sit here and wait until we're done. And yeah, after I've done this hike, I have plans to go to another national park in the end of May, at the end of May, and it's at a place called Ängsö. Takes you 2 hours on a boat to get there. So I asked my friend if he wanted to come along. He said maybe, it depends on the weather. He's not really a fan of like rain and cold weather and windy weather, so we'll see. But it would be fun to do it with someone else and not always be alone when I'm hiking. So we'll see. Otherwise, there's one pretty far away. Maybe I'll just leave it on the floor. I'm looking at like the microphone feedback on the computer. Yeah. I'll just leave it on the floor. It's pretty clean. I vacuumed the other day, so shouldn't be too dusty. I'm not the best person at vacuuming and cleaning. I mean, it's clean enough, but I'm not a neat freak. So maybe I'm not the most the person that puts the most attention to detail when it comes to cleaning. So like, maybe I'm not the best at cleaning underneath the couch because I'm too lazy to move it. So I just go in with the vacuum cleaner and say, well, good enough. But like any open areas, I do a pretty good job. It's just I really dislike having to move things around so that I can clean. I just wish nothing was ever on the floor, like furniture. Like all the furniture was just floating. So that you could just clean it super easily and it would just keep floating. So, but alas, we have gravity on this planet. Let's see, now we have quite a few here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 32, 4, 6, 8. So 39. I'll just do it like this. 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45. 46. 10 more to go. 47. 48. 49. 50. 51. 52. 53. 54. No. 55. And 56. There we have it, the cast on. I think I want to pick up the yarn because it's rubbing up against the cord of the microphone, and I can't tell if it's making any noise. But just in case, we will throw it down here instead. So now we will start with the ribbing, I guess. If you don't consider the cast on part of the ribbing. And it's going to be 6.5 centimeters long, just like on the back side. The first row is always pretty tight. But it will be okay. So yeah, in Sweden we have 30 national parks. And I would like to go to every one of them. On my Instagram, the theme of my Instagram is running and picking up litter. So when I go on this hike, I'm gonna bring my branded litter picking bag. It's from, now I don't remember, we have two organizations in Sweden that work with picking up litter, and I have like merch from both. So we have Plogga, which is famous-ish worldwide, and we have Håll Sverige Rent, Keep Sweden Tidy. And I can't remember which of those my bag is from. But it is from one of them. So I'm gonna bring that. And then I think there's supposed to be a statue of like the symbol of national parks in Sweden. It's like an golden asterisk kind of symbol. So I'll take some pictures in front of that so I can put up on my Instagram. And hopefully I'll come out of the national park empty-handed or empty-bagged, so I don't have to pick up any litter, but I'm not sure that's gonna be the case. When I went to Tornberget, there was a lot of litter, and you can actually see, I didn't talk about it, if I recall, in my video, but you can see me carrying a plastic bag that gets bigger and bigger. Because that's just me picking up trash. But yeah, I would like to have a picture like that with all of the national parks in Sweden. Just to spread some awareness of like, it's important to take care of our nature. And like a national park, it's like nature that my country has decided that this is worth protecting, and so then we should definitely not be going around throwing litter on the ground. So that is one of my goals with this hike. And I will record some videos for my other channel, but I'll try to make it like in moderation, so that I am not just focused on video making but also able to enjoy being in nature. I think that is important. As we say in Sweden, lagom. Like a lagom amount of video making and just thinking about videos in general. Because I don't remember if I said it, my other channel is like dedicated to Sweden and stuff like that, so going to this national park is part of me learning about Sweden so that I can talk about Sweden. So I haven't been to this place before. Tornberget I had been to. I think when I recorded that video, I think that was my third time going there. I just really like the view from there. I think it's very cool. The only thing I don't like about going there as a person without a car is that when you get to the bus stop, you still have to walk a little bit, like 2 kilometers, and you have to do that next to the road, and the road is pretty heavily trafficked with large trucks, like lorry maybe, with the cargo thingy. And they're pretty quick and they're pretty big, and the road is pretty twisty and turny, so it's quite scary going there. I wish they would set up like a better path for it, but they do say like on the website that you're supposed to walk next to the road, but yeah, it's always super scary. Don't enjoy it. Some spots have like paths in the forest where you can follow, but it always leads back to the road, and that's scary. So when I've done it, the first time I did it, I was actually so scared about going next to the road that I walked through the forest, and it's like unmanned forest, so there's bushes everywhere, there's fallen trees, and it's there's no path, so you're just like trying to get through all of that. And it takes such a long time, especially on the way back when you're tired because you've been walking in the forest all day on path, but then you have to walk either next to the road or in the forest, which is unmanicured or something, and it's so tiring. But then you get home and you eat something warm and you drink something warm and you take a shower and get in all your comfy clothes like this. And then it's so worth it. It's such a lovely feeling. And I guess that might be part of like the forest bathing. They did some studies on it, and apparently the effects of going to the forest would have an impact on you even a month after you were done, or you had been to the forest. So you only needed to go for one of these forest baths once a month for you to get like the beneficial effects of it. That's pretty cool. So after this, I am going to eat some lunch while I edit and upload this video so that you can enjoy it. Because today's Friday. I said I would do it in advance, but work got in the way, so I didn't have time to do that. Or rather, I did record this once, but I wasn't happy with it, so I unraveled everything. And here we are, doing it once more. But this time I'm feeling pretty okay with it. Like, maybe my spirits are not the highest, because I am not the most awake yet. I've had my cup of coffee. I ran out of milk. I need milk to drink coffee, but I had like a coffee beverage, so I drank that. Apparently it didn't really work for me because I'm still pretty sleepy. But it's something. But then after I'm done uploading that, I want to go into a local forest with my H4n microphone, which is a microphone that I got for ASMR use, but I never really understood how to use it. So I just stuck with this guy here. But I'm gonna steal these this hairy cover. I can twist this and you will see. Like this. I'm gonna steal this because I took the microphone out with me the other day, and as soon it sounded great. Like, you could hear the birds, and you can hear the leaves rustling. It was nice, but as soon as the wind started blowing down by the ground, it went straight into the microphone, and all you heard was like. So I'm gonna bring this, and hopefully I can get rid of that crispy wind sound. Wind sounds nice, but not like that. So that is my plan for today. And yeah, you might even get, for those of you that follow me on both my channels, you might get this video, and you might get some forest sound videos, like a sound bath. You might not be able to be in the Swedish forest yourself, but you can enjoy the view and you can enjoy the sounds. I hope. We'll see. Because if I can't get it to work, then I will bring it with me on my hike, and I'll do the same thing out on the hike. There are 2 places I'd like to try that. So yeah, that is my plan. And we just finished 1 row of ribbing. So only maybe 15 more to go. And then we do the front side, which is almost entirely like the back side, except that we are going to do the neck once we get further up. So that will be the major difference. Otherwise, this will be mostly deja vu. As you can see, just by being on this new row, it's a lot faster. It's so much easier to do the knitting. The previous one was a little rough. So yeah, do you like going hiking? Do you like being in nature, or do you prefer maybe being at the beach, like a tropical beach? Or are you the kind of person that just likes to be in the city, away from all of that? Yeah, it's very interesting how people are different. When I was younger, I actually didn't. Well, I did, but I kind of didn't. So I like being in nature. My mom always used to bring us to the forest as kids. We would sometimes just go for a walk and have like our matsäck, like food with us. Not a picnic per se, but like kinda. And other times we would go and pick berries or pick mushrooms. But at the same time, in school we would have like orientation. I'm not sure if that's the proper word in English, but that's what it's called in Swedish. And it sounds English. So you have like a map and you have a compass. And then on the map there are locations that you're supposed to get to, and at each location there's like this white and orange square thingy with a little hole punch. So you have like a piece of paper and you're supposed to punch it has like a square for 1, a square for 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're supposed to punch all the holes, or find all the hole punches and punch them into your card. And yeah, I didn't like that. I don't know, maybe it was because it was like forced nature. It wasn't just like enjoying the experience. It was something else on top of it. So I didn't enjoy it, but I really didn't like that as a kid. And all the kids would just tell each other, oh, it's over there, that one is there, this one looks like this, and we would just take like a pin and just poke the holes. Just so we could be done with it and get away from there. Also, as a teenager, I guess it's kind of on brand for teenagers, but I just wanted to be home and play games on my PlayStation, on my Xbox, on my computer, on my Nintendo. Yeah. But now, as an adult, I am looking back and wishing I could spend even more time in nature. But work and life gets in the way, so I'll have to take these opportunities like this hike when I can. So I think we are going to be finishing this row here, and then we'll end the video and I will get some food into me. I'm gonna make meatballs, but it's not gonna be meatballs the way you think of them, because that's not how Swedish people eat meatballs. Well, we do, but like the IKEA meatballs, they're kind of fancy meatballs. Most Swedes don't eat our meatballs like that. Unless we want to make it like a special thing. And for all of my Italian viewers, please don't get angry, but we eat meatballs with macaroni and ketchup. Yeah. The one with mashed potatoes and gravy and lingonsylt is called husmanskost, and that's like old farmer food, I guess. So it's not like modern popular food. It's like old timey food. But yeah, we do eat our meatballs like that, but most of the time we eat them with ketchup and pasta. Yeah. So that was that. I hope you enjoyed. Please take care, and I hope to see you soon.